Naturopath David Lomman is with us. Our topic today, something that's happening to all of us, it's aging, David.
It is indeed, Dave. And aging is going to happen to all of us unless we take the alternative, which means we get out of here earlier.
Yeah.
Which I don't particularly want to do.
We don't want that.
But I also don't want to age and end up in a nursing home. And I don't want to age and live in pain. I don't want to age and be depressed. I don't want to age and have diabetes. I don't want to age and have all these other conditions. So my idea is to take preventive medicine now.
Okay.
And I'm 61.
Yep.
So, I'm almost to middle age. It's like, I've got to make sure that what I do now actually sets me up for the rest of my life.
Okay, so this is what we want to do. We want to age healthy and gracefully. What is the key to doing this?
The key is to keep active. The key is to take care of ourselves and all the things we've talked about already. It's about the right amount of water for your body so you hydrate your body so the cellular exchange can happen at the right rate. If you don't exchange the cells at the right rate, you collect too much waste. That can turn to problems in the joints, so you don't want to do that. So anybody who's got aches and pains in their joints, anybody who's got any pain or depression or whatever is probably aging too fast.
I want to be Joe Average just for a moment with you. You tell me if you hear this. Water. Water's boring. I'll just grab some soda or, I'll grab a soft drink or something like that.
And what Carrie Reams used to say to those people who didn't drink water is, what do you think you are, a Volkswagen? Because we need water. It used to run in rivers. It used to be pristine clear. And the areas where the rivers used to run like that had older people living there, like the Huns lived to the hundreds. In the Himalayas, they had civilizations who lived many years, and they were still fertile in their 80s and 90s. Carrie Reams fathered a child when he was in his 80s. So, he was doing okay.
What happens to Joe Average that I just spoke about, who wants to drink the cola and drinks all these other things, and they become the main input of fluid into their diet?
What happens is basically their liver has to accommodate as long as it can what's going on, and then it begins to back up. So the liver function begins to become less than optimal. Their body begins to get swollen up with different things. The mineral deficiencies exaggerate because the pH goes out of balance. So the whole system starts to disorganize and destruct, and you wouldn't do it to a racehorse, so what would you want to do it to your body for?
Now, if I have been in that state and been doing that for a long time, way too much soft drink, way too much soda, way too much alcohol, can I turn it around?
Absolutely. There's no reason at all why, if you are wanting to get rid of pain, that you can't get rid of most pain. I don't know of any pain that people can't get rid of, providing they're willing to do the work. And it is work. I mean, when I change people's diets, it's work. You see the look on some of their faces. It's like, okay, I didn't think I'd have to go quite that far. But when they're in pain, you need to make sure that every step is the right step.
I think you said the word there, change.
It is change. It's
got to be
all
prepared
about
to change.
Yeah, look, our country is going down the tube as far as health goes. We've got, 1 million people who are diagnosed diabetic at the present time. We've got 2 million pre-diabetic people. And that's children as well as adults. We've got asthma. We've got ADD, HD, autism. We've got depression like you wouldn't believe. 1 in 4 is going to have a mental illness of some kind, and they call, depression, anxiety, whatever else. All of these different things are because we're not following a simple format for health.
But it can be changed, it can be turned around, but you've got to change.
Yes. It is very important that you embrace change.
We're talking about aging today. We're talking about maybe not having the best setup for your life by drinking the wrong things, eating the wrong things. But if we change our ways, we can turn our life around and make it a lot better and make our health a lot better, David.
Yeah, absolutely. The difference that happens when people make changes is amazing. Pain goes, they can generally relieve depression, they can generally relieve anxiety. They have to be prepared, though, to take those steps. It's like when I first see someone, the first thing I ask them on the case history form that I use is, what do you want to achieve? Because the whole of the purpose of what I am there for is to help them achieve what they want. And then, what are you prepared to do to achieve it? Because unless people are prepared to put those first basic 4 steps in place, they're unlikely to achieve the fullness of what is possible.
Here's the thing, David. There's someone listening right now who's saying, every morning I get up, life is hard, it's arduous, it's difficult for me and the problems I have. And that could be anything from a mental problem to a physical health problem, but they're finding it so hard. What can we do? Because you have something that can help them.
Basically, what I do is do the RBTI analysis. That tells me where the biochemistry is. I haven't found anyone yet who's had perfect biochemistry, and I've done thousands of tests. So I know that we all have complications, we all have issues, and my first test was horrible, on my own. So, and I had no symptoms, but I was high on sugar. Not sugar, but I was high on what I was eating. So you can go along, even in a pre-diabetic state, you can go along not having any symptoms, and then all of a sudden, bang, it hits to diabetes because your body stopped working. But before that, your body's trying to tell you constantly that things aren't right. If you're aching in the joints, something's not right. If you want to fix that, you basically have to change something. Doesn't matter what it is, but you've got to start somewhere.
Now, through naturopathy, you have pricked my ears. Now, you've mentioned something called RBTI, and you said that can help pretty much any ailment. Anything you've got going, you can work out what it is and make a change in that. How does RBTI work? What is it?
Because it's an analysis, and all it does is analyze the residues found in the urine and saliva. And basically what that says is the body's biochemistry is out of balance in this way and this way, and then through the skills of naturopathy or kinesiology or other practitioners I've trained, or medical doctors even that I've trained, through the skills of those people, they know then what to do when they see a certain formula in a certain way. And that allows them to say, you're potassium deficient, or you need a different calcium, or you need some magnesium, or you need this, or you need that, or you need to change your diet because, hey, look here, you've got protein in the urine, or look here, you've got a pH which is very, very acid, and that acid pH means you can't digest protein. So you've got a real clear indication as to where someone is, and then what can be done about it follows from that.
Joining us now to have a chat to David is Terry from Adamstown. Good afternoon, Terry.
Hi guys, how are you?
Yeah, hi, Terry.
Yeah, I've had trouble all my life with these aches and pains. But
Right.
I tell you, it started at 2 years old when I had my first drink. But ever since then, and that, with the nutrition and that, and I gave it up long, I'm 50 now.
Yeah.
But it just doesn't go away.
The aches and pains.
And the headaches and that. And where I'm at now is I'm doing with, do you know Udo Erasmus?
Yes, I do. Udo's oils. Yeah.
Yeah, and his nutritional program, he tells you, a lot what you're saying. I know, but, a lot of that.
It's not rocket science, Terry.
No, it's not. It's not. And then the drugs that the doctors and all that gave me was for stuff, and like that blew me out of the water. And I'm still trying to recover from all this poison that's gone into my system.
The difficulty is that the doctors aren't trained in nutrition, so they have no nutritional approach that they can use. And as naturopaths, what we are looking at is a nutritional approach, which is a different approach. So, and again, for anybody who is in pain, as Terry is, I believe that the RBTI analysis will give very clear indications as what can be done as the next step, along with things like Udo's oils, which are basically oils which contain the essential fatty acids that the body needs to help relieve that pain.
Okay, Terry, thank you for your call. Also waiting to talk to you patiently is Carol from Swansea. David?
Hello, Carol.
Hi, David. Yes, I wanted to ask you some questions about fibromyalgia.
Yes, Carol.
Yes, well, you're saying that we can live, without pain and depression and anxiety and all that. Well, I gather there is no cure for fibromyalgia.
There is no medical cure for fibromyalgia. That is correct.
So I have got to live in pain then?
No, you don't.
My life.
No, you don't.
Well, what do I do?
There's no medical cure.
No medical cure.
No medical cure. And there's medical drugs that can help take some of the pain away. But if you're investigating what's causing the pain in the first place, you have a much better chance of doing something about it.
Okay.
And along with the fibromyalgia usually comes anxiety and depression, and both of those can be relieved.
Yes, and lots of other things.
Yeah, and lots of other things, and aches in the joints and
chronic fatigue syndrome.
Yeah. Look, one of the things you can have a look at, there's an article on TED. I don't know if you ever see that online. If you're on the net, anybody can have a look at that. There's a woman there who had MS, and she was in a zero gravity chair, and she cured herself basically, well, I wouldn't say cured, but she relieved all the pain that she was suffering through the MS at the time by changing her diet and taking the nutritional supplements that were indicated. I use RBTI analysis because I think it's a faster way of finding out what's wrong, showing it to the client and saying, this is where you are and this is where I want you to be. And in this zone here, there's very little pain. So let's move you from where you are now to that zone. And to do that, we make sure that you're drinking the right amount of water, eating exactly the right foods for your body, taking the right nutrition for your body, and getting the right mental help for your system through relaxation, mindfulness, hypnotherapy, whatever it takes, basically, because there are things that can be used to treat the pain you're under.
So it will just help. It won't get rid of it completely.
I don't know, Carol. Because in the past, I've been able to help people get rid of most of their pain. But if you can live with, 10% of the pain that you have now, that's a lot better than living with 100% of it.
Okay, yeah, of course, and it's not good. As I said, some people wake up and from the moment their feet hit the floor, there's this pain. They're having an arduous day and it's right through to they go to sleep. And sometimes it's sleep. They're not getting much sleep either.
No. And mostly there's a whole combination of different reasons why people are in the pain that they're in, and things then need to be tracked back and something done about the causes. Hi, Peter.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, good, thanks.
Good. Yes, I'm ADHD. I'm 46. I suffer from depression, and I've always had muscular problems before. Right back to my teenage years, I'm in pain all the time. And my life's pretty well a mess.
Right. And the question comes back, Peter, what do you want to do about that?
That's a good question, because I'd like to be rid of the pain and rid of the depression and everything else, but it's been a long battle to even get where I am today.
There are people that can help, Peter. It is really something that you have to look at and say, am I prepared to make some changes? And they don't have to be big ones to start with, although the big changes will bring big shifts in the pain level, in the ADD, in the depression. Most of the things that you're going through, there is documented evidence of ways to help relieve those problems. It's just not medical evidence. It's evidence which has been gathered by people who've been working in this field for years and years and years and years. Medical treatments generally tend to run and follow drug companies. Natural treatments follow the natural course of what the body is actually calling out for, in my opinion, and that's my opinion.
Okay, so Peter, there's some options out there for you. You need to give it a think and see what you think. Pamela, our final call today is from Aberglasslyn. Hello, Aberglasslyn. Pamela, how are you doing?
Hi, how are you?
Good, thanks, Pamela.
I suffer from the effects of infrasound.
Okay, now you've got me. That one I don't know.
You don't know about infrasound?
No, but just...
sound that comes at a very low level, and you feel it, you don't hear it.
Okay, so it's a vibration in your system? So does it affect you through your head or through whereabouts do you feel the effects of it mainly?
Everywhere.
It's right through your whole body?
Yes.
Okay. I would still suggest that you do an RBTI analysis, find out what's going on biochemically, see what the mineral levels are like in your body, and just see, because I haven't heard of it before and I don't know of it, it does not mean that that program would not be able to help it.
So hopefully we can do that for you, Pamela, get you some help there, and that might be the first step, do the RBTI testing.
It's a simple step, Dave.
Now, anyone who's listening now who has heard what you've had to say and think, yeah, I wouldn't mind finding out more about the RBTI, how can we find out more details about it?